Hey guys, it's Carla from Sea Law Plans. Today I'm going to do a very quick flip through of my Passion Planner Daily. So I have been using this for the past 3 months. It's my very first Passion Planner Daily, and I was originally going to use it as a planner, what it's intended for. But I had quickly found that it was more of an emotional outlet and a journal of sorts for me. And so I'm not going to stop on every single page. Some of the stuff in here is pretty personal, but I will kind of explain to you how I used the hourly. Since I already had an hourly planner, this was used just slightly different, and then I will do a quick flip through. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. So this is my very first completed Passion Planner Daily, and she got very, very, very chunky. So the majority of this chunk is actually from the daily date headers. I got these in a grab bag from Chelsea Brown Designs, and I also got, later in the planner you'll see there are some timeline covers. Her stickers are super duper thick, and so it just added a lot of bulk in addition to everything else that I was doing. So this was the cover page. I was a little hesitant. I didn't really know, what do you offer for a reward for your planner? I don't even know. So I just wrote that I would give those a hug. And I didn't do a whole lot of decorating or anything here. And this is the story of how the daily came to be. And because I'm a nerd, I did circle some things, and I did take some notes on the sides and things as well. And so this is just the story. This is a sample layout of how to use everything. And then just kind of some ideas here, the date that I started it, my mind map and my ideas as well here, and what I wanted to complete the first 3 months. I didn't use this. This, however, is only a 3-month planner. So these pages are actually a really good idea and it's also undated. So you can start it whenever you want. And so these pages are actually a really good idea for pre-planning. If you had doctor's appointments, you can write them down. And so the next time you start one, you can have it written down in kind of one location, especially if this is your only planner that you use. You can have everything kind of in one little area. And then this was the very first day so I actually ordered these and I received these on April 4th. And just to get used to the layout, I actually back planned a little bit. And so this is when social distancing and schools were closed. And so I had a lot of my kids at home education that I needed to do in here as well. And so some categories I didn't use, and some days I didn't decorate very much. I just kind of use it as a journal. And so I'm going to go through some of this pretty quick because some of it is more of a journal type thing than just my to-do list. So what I usually do here is, my daughter drew me a heart one day, so I kind of wanted to highlight that. But what I usually do is, for this particular planner, I usually just write things down as I go, as I'm doing them. I have a really horrible memory, and so I really like this idea of doing this as I go throughout the day, so I can remember what I did, so I can journal and reflect at the end of the night. Passion Planner started a drawing or doodling challenge. I'm a terrible doodler. That's a silly word. I'm a terrible artist. And so this was day one. It was coffee, or it was drinks. And of course I chose coffee. And so I just had a little bit of doodling, and I can't remember how many days the challenge was, but some days were not so great, and some days were definitely better than that. This one was my favorite day. I loved doing the plants down here as well. This was Easter day. We didn't do a whole lot, just kind of chilled out, and it was actually raining that day, so we had our egg hunt in the house. Weather doodles. My tree doodles. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually Googled tree doodles and I tried to copy some of the images that I saw. And so I didn't actually create any of these from my imagination. I would never be able to create something as intricate as this. So I Googled tree doodles, and I tried to replicate what they had. Books, this one did not come out so well, but that's okay. It was still fun to do. And it's days like these, some days I put washi over the headers because this one is like a work to do. I'm a full-time mom, so 95% of my work is home chores and meal prepping and planning and cooking and stuff like that. And this is my personal. But some days I just have so much stuff to do. I don't like the headers there. I like to just make a really long running to-do list. This is a day we left the house. We actually just went to go picnic in a park, and we actually stayed in the back of the van, so we didn't even actually see anybody. But this was April, and so March 13th was the last day that I had walked into a building during this time. March 13th, it was a Friday. It was the last day that I walked into a building, so this was definitely like full on social distancing, not even leaving the house, ordering all the groceries, wiping it down with bleach. Earth Day. I loved this one because I like that washi. I like all of the red on this one. I'm normally not a red person, but that one I really liked. Purple, of course, my favorite color. And so I like this planner because each day was so different, and that I used the space of infinite possibility different. I used the timeline a little bit different. At the end of each month, they also have a reflections page. I'm going to skip that because a lot of it is personal, but it goes through how that last month went and what you want to change for the next month as well. My daughter made me a card, so I taped that in there. And so I really liked this as just kind of a keepsake of all of the things. My journaling, my memories, my creativity, my emotions, everything spills out onto these pages. My daughter was playing with my washi. And I personally, none of this stuff bothers me. I know a lot of people kind of cringe at the idea of somebody else playing in their planner, but especially when it's one of my kids. Planners, to me, in my personal opinion, they're meant to get messy and lived in and written in and drawn in. I love the idea of having a really pretty, Instagram-worthy, very gorgeous layout, but personally, this right here, this is where I love the most. This is where it's at for me. I absolutely love the idea of just having memories written down so you can go back and see everything that was done and how you felt on certain days and how the next day changed. This was my mother's birthday. She loves flowers and gardening, so I did that spread for her. First day that I made a lemon meringue pie, not gonna lie, completely killed it. It was extremely time consuming, but it was really good. And so this is in June, we're in. And see, some days are like this, where I just kind of didn't get to a whole lot, and a lot of it is blank, and personally, it doesn't bother me at all. This is my son's birthday. My parents' anniversary, the day the pool opened at the neighborhood, which is really interesting because I don't know if you guys have neighborhood pools or how they're working, but we're limited to 10 people. We have a sign-up genius, and so we're limited to 10 people per hour within our pool. And our pool is spaced out to where you can still be 6 feet or more between people. I missed a day of my diversity challenge. This is a really beautiful thing. I just never did anything with it. We were leaving on vacation here. That's the day we were driving. These are the days that I was on vacation. And so I didn't really actually do a whole lot on this side, but it was mostly just journaling and memory keeping. And then towards the end, I was so stinking tired. I didn't do any of it. But I did write down all the animals we saw. Oh, such a bad day. And that was it. That was the last day in my Passion Planner Daily. And I've just gotten into and started a new one. And I am excited to fill it out and hope that it looks as happy and chunky as this one. Well, I hope you enjoyed looking through that, and maybe it gave you some ideas on how to use yours. And I know a lot of people there's so much space. A lot of people get really intimidated with how to use everything and don't feel obligated to use all that space. I mean, look at this day. This personally doesn't bother me at all. It's just a blank, boring day, and I'm totally cool with that. So I hope you enjoyed the flip through. If you liked it, leave a comment down below and let me know what your opinions are. I hope everybody has a good rest of the day. And don't forget to hit subscribe and like the video so I know what kind of content to put out for you guys. Thank you and have a great one.